Namaskaram to everyone. Welcome to the Voice of Violin session on Nireval in Pranava swaroopa Vakratundam line in Vatapi Ganapatim Kriti. This is a beginner's workshop, so today we'll cover beginners aspects of Nireval in the form of journey of notes as well as a journey of beats. Because Nireval has both components, melody as well as the rhythm. So it will be good to cover both the aspects. And as already explained, Nireval is the combination of a melody as well as talam. There is a sahityam in which each syllable of the sahityam should land in the original place as in the composition, and the swarams can be different in each syllable of the sahityam. So we should make it sound as creative as possible, and but there are certain rules which we should follow, so that I will explain in this beginners monodharma workshop. So let us play the original line first. So I am using a Jalra app at setting it to speed of 140 beats per minute, so which is actually 70 beats per minute, but the app shows 140 beats per minute, so we use that setting. And the count is 8, style is basic 4, and Shruti is D sharp. That's what we're going to try to play today. We'll go through a journey of notes. Initially we'll start with the journey of notes in the first speed, and as we go towards the end, we will encounter the journey of the beats, which I will explain towards the later stages. Okay, let's play the original line, Pranava swaroopa Vakratundam. This is the original line. So first, when we start the Nireval, we play a line which is very close to the originals, that is around Sa. The original Pranava swaroopa line is around Sa. So we will play the first line of Nireval also around Sa itself, but it will not be exact. It will be slightly different from the original line, so that the audience gets to know that the Nireval has started and monodharma is going to happen, Nireval is going to happen in those lines. So we have to make the audience clear that there is a Nireval happening here. So that how we do it is, we play on the exact similar notes of the Nireval, but slightly different. Because in instrument it's difficult to bring out the Nireval, because in vocals at least people hear the line and understand it, but in instrument that's what we have to use the voice of the instrument to make it sound to the original, close to the original, but not exact. It will be slightly different. That's where the catch will be, and that's where the audience wakes up to the Nireval. As you saw, after the Nireval line, I did small alapana and small sancharam around the Nireval line itself. It could be the landing point which was Sajja, Tarasthai Sajja. So I was able to do the Nireval on the Sajja in the Tarasthai. But actually, it's a good idea to do a small sanchara around the landing point, because it sounds nice, because it doesn't need to be exactly Nireval in the truest sense that every line we play should have sahityam. It's not like that. After ending the Nireval, we can do a slight alapana within Talam. Talam is the key here, so we cannot miss the Talam, but it could be a small alapana within the boundaries of the Talam. That's what I did now, and that's how it was done. So next, we started the Nireval with Sajja. We went to the adjacent notes. We didn't go exactly into a complete range of notes, but we covered a few notes from Sajja. So now audience knows we are into Nireval. Now we are going to get into the other notes. So the same rules of Alapana will apply here in Nireval also. Any point where you stopped in the Alapana is a stopping point in the Nireval also. Because this is also a journey of notes. Because Nireval has a step-by-step development process, and it goes through a journey of notes basically, and may not follow the same exact pattern as your Alapana, but it will have its own pattern, because it will start from the original line, the swaram of the original line, which is in this case is Sajja, Tarasthai Sajja. So it is going to go next to the higher notes, and a different journey. It's going to go through a journey of different notes from Sa. It cannot be sudden jump into a different note. It will be a sequential, slow, connected development of Sangatis, the Nireval, into the Sahityam, one by one note. Okay, which is what we will see now. We will go to the Rishabha now. Like that, we did a small development in Rishabha. After Rishabha, we can even come down. Like after we did touch the Gandhara also, we did touch the Panchama also. So now it's time we come to the lower octave, because otherwise the level will be very skewed towards the upper octave. So we should cover the lower octave as well. So that again covers your voice. Basically the range of octave, entire octave has to be covered by the Nireval. So basically when you cover the higher octave, then you cover the lower octave. Basically, so we start into the Panchama, we start in the lower octave Panchama, and do a Nireval on that line. It will cover a few notes like Sajja. Even you can go to the even Mandrasthai also, it is nothing stopping us. Again, it's again a showcase of talent or presentation of talent which you have. I mean, it's all dependent on the scope of that line as well, because Pranava swaroopa is quite a simple line, so not much scope for doing a Nireval for like 40 minutes or something. So you can do a quick Nireval for 10 minutes max, 5 minutes. 10 minutes is again quite a long time for Nireval, so 5 minutes is a good idea to do a Nireval on this Pranava swaroopa Sahityam line. So let us go to the lower octave now. that I did a sensor in the lower octave, that is Panchama, covering the Sa, Ni, Pa, and while ending I just change the slight modification in the original line, that is, I'll just sing that and show. Pranava swaroopa vakratundam. Like that you can play a small improvisation. It sounds as if there is something happening in the Nireval line and you are bringing it to samam. So basically this is what is Kanakku in Nireval actually. So Kanakku in Nireval is nowadays this has become very common, like across Abhishek Raghuram concerts and many youngsters who are doing this. Nireval, Kanakku in Nireval. So basically, Pranava swaroopa vakratundam. Like that you bring it to samam, as if it's some kind of a chorway happening inside the Nireval. So basically that is, let me sing that again. Pranava swaroopa vakratundam. So that's what I played in the violin also. It sounds a little nice to the ears. Also, it is a Kanakku in Nireval. That's what we should understand. Nowadays, it's become more and more prevalent and trending. So we should adapt to the trends. What is Kanakku in Nireval? That's what we should understand. Okay, let us go to the. We finished the first speed now. Let us go to this Madhyama Kalam. So Madhyama Kalam is basically the in-between speed, the transition speed between first speed and the second speed. So right now we are going to play a Madhyama Kalam, which is a kind of transition between first speed and second speed. Even in this whatever I have played so far, you might have noticed that there were segments where I played a little bit of second speed as a connecting phrase towards the original line. So how that happens? That is because it sounds nice. Basically, the Nireval ending in a second speed is quite a nice thing, because otherwise it's going to become a little bit of slow, very slow and very kind of boring and monotonous. To avoid that, what legends have done is just attach a small second speed phrase at the end of the Nireval and then start the original line. That is what is it, and that's what I have done in this segment. You can just go back and see it. Now once we have finished the first speed, now we go to the second speed into the, now we are going into the journey of beats. So far the journey of notes where you might have observed how we went to the higher octave, then how we came to the middle octave, then lower octave, then came back to middle octave and the original line. Now we are entering the journey of beats. We finished with first speed, now we are entering the Madhyama Kalam. Let me play them. So Pranava swaroopa vakratundam. 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 that was about the Madhyama Kalam. Again, it kind of transitions from first speed to the second speed, and then it finishes in the second speed. That is what is the sequence which I saw. Again, journey of notes could be anything. It's all up to you how you want to decide the notes, because now we are entering the journey of beats. So this is more important. So now at this phase, we have already covered all the octaves, all the range of the raga, and covered the entire jiva swaram. That's the emotion. So basically, again, I want to reiterate: Nireval is not an intellectual item. It is more of an emotional as well as intellectual item. So we should understand that it is not only an intellectual item. Many handle Nireval and Swarakalpana as a complete talam based element, which is not correct. We should handle Nireval and Swarakalpana as a emotional element also, not only as a talam. In the sense, like, there has to be some bhava in this, there has to be some emotion. Try to connect with the feel which the composer has tried to bring out in those lines, and try to connect with the raga bhava, and not only the tala has to come. There is no other option, but raga bhava also has to be there in the Nireval, which I feel is very important. All my gurus have imparted me that, so we should ensure that raga bhava comes in the Nireval as well. Okay, now into journey of beats. Now we are entering the second speed. Second speed of Nireval is nothing but it is basically a replica of the Tana Varnam, the method of singing of a Tana Varnam. For example, if you see the Jalajakshi Varna, how Tana Varna, Jalajakshi, how it is sung by legends in the form of a Tanam. So as the name applies, Tana Varnam. Jala Jagaga Shi That is the original method of singing a Tana Varnam. If you carefully listen to legends, you will observe this. And this is exactly the same way in which Nireval also needs to be sung. Okay, so let us come to the Nireval. How it can be sung like this? Second speed. So second speed has to be sung like this. Pranava swaroopa Vagakratum Pranava swaroopa Vagakratum Pranava swaroopa Vagakratum. So like that, it has to be sung. I will just play it. My guru MSG and all my gurus advocated this method of Nireval playing on the violin, and this is very, very, very important because the Tanam concept is going off nowadays, and mainly in violins, because it is difficult and challenging, and there is right technique involved in playing the Tanam bow in the violin. So because of that, it becomes a little bit more rare nowadays that people play on the violin, but the great MSG and all his disciples play that, and I am sure I can also do justice to the line. Let me play the second speed in the form of a Tanam. We started in Sa. Let's play a few avartanas now. second speed in different range of swaras. So this is what I feel gives the tanam feel to the this one. Let me try one more time on different notes in the sajja in the lower octave. Like that we start into the third speed. Again, this is a journey of beats because we started with first speed, then we went to Madhyamakala, then we went to second speed. Now we entered the third speed. The Briga Sangatis, everything is the third speed. All this is third speed. So we should understand how the journey of beats is also going. Now we will play a few third speed Sangatis in the line, because this is also apt to play a few third speed Sangatis. Small alapna around the ending, or you do a small kanak in the Nireval. So basically, you can end it in a very attractive way so that people first understand that you are ending it. That is one thing. Other thing is we should also end it in a very creative way so that it's also beautiful and very catchy and it's a good listening experience. Okay, that's it. Then. We covered the journey of notes, we covered the journey of beats. I think that's it about the Nireval, and now we just play the original line and then we just either continue with the song, or if it was not completed earlier, or we go to the Swarakalpana section and start playing the Swarakalpana if there is a planned Swarakalpana segment in that concert. If it is not planned, then we just continue and finish the song and finish the Nireval, and then we complete the rendition. So that's how it ends. I hope the voice of violin, a beginner's workshop on the Nireval was useful. I hope it was theoretically informative, as well as it had the music, good music. I hope it had the good sangatis, good tradition. I find tradition is very important in a lot of cases, and we miss out a lot because of trying to become contemporary. So tradition is very important. This is where I covered a lot of tradition in this, and it's just too good, too beautiful to miss. So understand the Nireval and then start rocking it, start playing some beautiful Nireval. Thank you for watching.